Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Phrasal Power. In this video, we will explore more about the amazing influence of phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are important because they are extremely common in informal English. And unless you are familiar with their meanings and their usage, understanding informal language will be difficult. In a candid conversation, phrasal verbs help you to sound natural. Phrasal verbs function as transitive or intransitive verbs. The transitive verbs need something after the verb, whereas intransitive verbs stand independently. Let's test your comprehension. Do transitive verbs need a direct subject? Yes, you are right. Do intransitive verbs need a direct object? No. Well done. Let's have some examples of transitive phrasal verbs. I'm looking for my pen. Here, my pen is the direct object. Without it, the sentence would not make any sense. Put on the jacket. Here, the jacket is the direct object. Let's have some examples of intransitive phrasal verbs. The plane took off. You can see that there is no direct object after took off, and the sentence is still making sense. The tickets are sold out. Let's learn some new phrasal verbs. The first one is loll about. It means to lie down or sit down in a lazy way. For instance, you should quit lolling about in front of the television. Or, we were lolling about listening to music. Second one is yearn for. It means to want something very much. For example, she finally achieved financial success, having yearned for it all her life. Or, sometimes I just yearn for inner peace. The next one is plumb for. It means to suddenly choose someone or something after being indecisive. For example, Sana finally plumbed for Spain. Or, I'm going to plumb for vegetable soup. The fourth one is fritter away. It means to waste time or money gradually or unwisely. For instance, Aston frittered all his money away on shopping. Or, do you still fritter away money on that old computer? The last one is sail through. It means to do something very easily. For instance, Ahmed sailed through the driving test in his first attempt. Or, Sarah sailed through the job interview. Will you remember these phrasal verbs? It's difficult. I know. What about developing connections? But how? One of the interesting ways to lodge phrasal verbs in your memory is using them for creating your own poem. What about couplets? Couplet is a pair of consecutive lines of words, typically rhyming and of the same length. The title of my poem is The Sluggish Me. Lolling around, frittering away, the time I have, despite they say. To plumb for something prolific, to meet emerges so horrific. Yearning for luck and luxury too, a laid back life to sail through. Isn't it fun? If you like it, then subscribe the channel and share it with your family and friends. If you have any question, then write it down in the comment box. Now wait for the next episode of Phrasal Verbs. Bye!